Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans, the birthday girl. And here is my husband and podcast partner and gift giver, Alan Evans.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
So much.
Happy birthday, dear Kellie.
That's me.
Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Finish that off big. Yes, we are recording this on the night of April 13th, which would be my birthday. And it has been a full day of me. This happens every year. We went to Choctaw Casino over the weekend, had a big birthday celebration. I have been inundated with love and good wishes all day. I ate at my favorite restaurant. My best friend Amy took me to lunch at my favorite restaurant, Albernays North, for lunch. And guess where Alan made reservations for us tonight? Albernays North. So I had lunch and dinner at my favorite restaurant, had my favorite dessert there, the coconut cream pie, my favorite steak, the petite filet, my favorite drink, my slightly dirty martini with blue cheese olives. I've had a very good birthday. And guess what? It's not over.
Last year was the year of Alan. Today is the day of Kellie.
Yeah. But my birthday's not over.
It's been all about Kellie. You've got more stuff going on tomorrow, right?
I got somebody that couldn't go to my birthday thing in Choctaw taking me to lunch Thursday.
Who?
John.
McGill. Oh, McGill, yeah.
Another one on Friday. Dr. Mary.
Wow. I thought Dr. Mary was coming up to the thing.
She was, but she got sick.
Oh.
And then Alan got me tickets to see Joe Rogan.
I did.
And we're going to go see him next week. Right?
I think it's next Wednesday.
Yeah, so we're going to have to reschedule our podcast recording.
It's in Cowtown.
Yeah, so I mean,
right?
My birthday, by the time I'm done with my birthday, I'm going to be so sick of me, which usually happens every year. But I'm really happy. You know, Alan,
yes.
In times past, before you, when I was single, I wasn't in a really good place. You know, you're just sometimes your birthday rolls around, you're like, I'm not in a relationship I want to be in. I'm not in my stage of life I want to be in. And you just don't want to celebrate your birthday. And your friends all get mad at you because they want to have a birthday for you. And I said no. And my friends got real mad at me one year and gave me a party anyway. And I sat there with my butt on my shoulders. And then I finally realized this is ridiculous. If people want to celebrate me and tell me they love me, I need to accept that gift of love. And it's changed my perspective on birthdays. You get to be a little birthday princess for a day and let everybody tell you how much they love you and happy birthday. And it's really sweet. So it's been a great birthday.
Good, babe. I feel like we've done quite a bit.
We have.
And you know what?
Like I said, every year it's too much.
Peek behind the kimono. We will pull back the kimono, revealing all. I actually, I have been known to be the one on this podcast that champions the listener, that doesn't gyp the listener.
That's because you're sitting there reading the chat room while we're doing a podcast and not paying attention to me.
Well, there's not a chat room. We're in an auditorium and there's a live studio audience in front of us.
Okay.
Now, you said, no, I think we need to do a podcast night. I was trying to gyp the listener. I was trying to say, look, I don't think you need to do one on your birthday. Let's just do it tomorrow.
Well,
you said, no, let's just do it tonight.
Let's do it. Honestly, tomorrow I don't have time.
Yeah, we don't have time tomorrow.
Very, very busy tomorrow. So I was like, we have to do it tonight. And it's not like, we have to do it. It's just like, we have to do it tonight. So that's why we're here.
Yeah.
There's your peek behind the kimono.
Well, yeah.
We almost put it off for another night, but no. Need to get her done.
For once, Kellie didn't gyp the listener. And it's on your birthday, which is really great.
Right. So I get extra.
You get extra credit.
Extra credit.
But that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your birthday. We're going to talk about what you got. People want to know what you get. We're going to talk about, what else? We're going to talk about.
I've got.
I got a tattoo yesterday. Might talk a little bit about that.
At the end of the last podcast, remember, Alan dropped a bomb on me.
Well, it was
that
on the calendar.
It wasn't on the calendar, Alan. When you put somebody's name on the calendar, I don't know what that means. It could be a toilet repair guy. It could be somebody to come to work on the pool.
Then it would say Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
It didn't. But it was just a man's name. How am I supposed to know what that means?
By the way, Benjamin Franklin lewd.
Okay, whatever.
Babe, did you know?
Nothing to do with the plumbing company, not lewd.
No, not the plumbing company. But did you know Benjamin Franklin was kicked out of France?
I did not know that.
He was so lewd The French kicked him out.
Well, I need to see documentation on that. Instead of just taking your word for it, I'm going to have to look that up.
I was over at my dad's yesterday. We were talking about Ben Franklin
You can
for
talk
hours.
about it for hours, but did you look it up? Did anybody bother to look up if that was true?
When my dad tells me something, I believe it at its face.
All right. I'm going to go look up if Ben Franklin was kicked out of France. I don't know for sure.
Okay. Anyway.
But I do
That's
know
called
for
a bunny
sure,
hole.
Yeah. I do know for sure that I got my Joe Rogan tickets for my birthday from you.
You did?
Big Al.
My man.
Years ago, I talked about how I used to have a crush on Steve Martin. I had a crush on Steve Martin and David Letterman, much older than me. Not that much older, but older than me. And I was just like, I always thought they were so funny and so handsome. And I even listened to Steve Martin. He wrote an autobiography, and I listened to him read it on, book on tape or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, Al, just like when I opened his gift, I was like, why? He said, you said a long time ago you really liked him. So anyway, in October, Steve Martin is going on tour with Martin Short. And I'm going to be in that audience with a +1 to see them.
Well, who's the +1?
Do you want to go?
What do you mean, do I want to go?
Well,
that
what
should
if
be
you-
understood.
Well, what if you didn't want to go?
Steve Martin? Yeah, I'm on
Okay,
board. I'm
well-
on board with Steve Martin.
Well, you might get tickets to a show and I'll be like, take somebody else.
Well, it didn't used to be like that.
I sent you off to a show with Bad Influence Jeff one time because I didn't want to go.
Babe, that was Alice in Chains and Corn.
Same thing. What if you didn't care for Steve Martin and Martin Short? I don't know.
Steve Martin's
Anyway,
hilarious.
so I guess Alan's going to go with me.
Why do you sound so whipped?
I'm not whipped, honey.
Oh.
I have until all of October to get whipped about it. But that's that. On the Kid Craddock morning show.
Nationally syndicated.
And I got me some tulips and wine, really sweet. Part-time Justin got me a Diet Pepsi, my favorite beverage. He ain't, just the fact that he remembered my birthday was sweet.
Oh, he ain't got 2 nickels to rub
And,
together.
what else? Boss Man George got me a new phone.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Very sweet. We don't need to go into great detail.
No, we're going to go into that.
Don't go into great detail about it and make him feel bad.
I'm not. Okay, first of all, he doesn't listen. Second of all, we have a history of not being able to connect on this birthday stuff. Remember last year? He's like, hey, man, what are you going to get Kelly? And I'm like, well, she wants a blender. Oh, okay. Hey, man, sounds good. And the next thing I know, he orders you a blender. Remember?
Yeah.
You got 2 blenders.
Because you got me a blender.
Right. And I told him I was getting you a blender.
Did you give him another idea of what to get me?
Oh, this year is different. So I get a text from Nicole, who is
Boss Man's assistant.
Boss Man's assistant. Nicole says, hey, Alan, it's that time of year again. We need some ideas for Kelly. I'm like, okay. Well, she's told me she kind of wants a custom fit pair of shoes from Run On. She's due for a new pair of running
Yeah,
shoes.
because if you don't have, I just walk, but you need to have the right shoes or it kills your feet.
Very practical.
Very practical. I'm a practical person.
I said there's this folding chair that has a cover on it she's looking
A
at.
built-in umbrella.
Very practical. And Nicole goes, okay, that's awesome. Thanks. Don't hear anything until the next day. I get a text from Boss Man. Hey, Big Alan. He called me Big Alan.
That's new.
Yeah, that's new. Some new nickname approved? Okay, Big Alan. Hey, Big Alan. Hey, I don't know what you're effing thinking, but I don't want to get her a chair. Hey, man. You got any other ideas? Got any better ideas? And I'm thinking, George, we did this last year where I give you an idea and then you just get what I said I was going to get. We just can't, he and I can't just get on the same page here.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to get her a chair. I'm not going to get her shoes. What are you, nuts? Well, George, okay.
Because he knows I have a history with Big Al getting me shoes that are ridiculous.
Okay. Well, I was like, George, I don't know. I mean, she's got an older phone. I said, that's just an idea. An older phone. Maybe she wants a new phone. I don't know. Okay, man, that's awesome. What color? Well, gold or silver, either one. So that's what you ended up getting.
Yeah, he comes to me today, and I was like, that's too much. That's too generous. He's like, well, Alan told me you really needed a new phone.
I'd see.
And I
I
said-
didn't tell him you really needed a new phone.
I said, no. I said, Alan might want me to have a new phone because he wants me to be able to take better pictures, but my phone is fine. I usually use a phone until it breaks. So now I've got a new phone, which I really appreciate, and I'll be saving this one for one of our children. My perfectly good phone. But that's very sweet and very generous, and I love it. So there's that. My mother is the one that's getting me the running and walking shoes that I want.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, I have to special order them though because they didn't have the color in stock that I wanted. So I'm going to do that. Alan also got me a gift card to go to Nordstrom Rack. I'm very excited about that. What else did I get? Oh, Andrea Gullidge came by today and gave me a beautiful
Andrea
basket.
Dowling Gullidge.
Yeah, beautiful basket full of bath products and very thoughtful.
Very nice.
She got me these little things you put in the bottom of the tub so I won't slip and fall and kill myself. Non-slip pads for the bathtub.
Are they stars like the old school?
She said that too. She goes, they have some like daisies and stuff. These are just plain ones. So she's looking out for me. She wanted me to die in the tub and a bunch of other bath products, really sweet. I got a lot of bath stuff from Podcast Family with us to Choctaw. It was really sweet because I love baths. It's my favorite thing in the world. So I got a lot of bath stuff. I got a beautiful necklace. I'm not wearing it tonight, but I wore it past couple of days from Laura and Kay. It's got all the initials of our children on it.
Mm-hmm.
E, B, C, D.
You forgot something I gave you too. Actually, a
And
couple
flowers. You gave me
Okay.
hydrangeas.
What else?
The gift card.
What else?
Oh, he gave me a. Do you want to go get it real quick and I'll read it? He made his own card for me. When we did our love languages thing, my love language is acts of service. Alan's love language is words of affirmation, and y'all can tell I'm failing that miserably, right? But anyway, acts of service. So when I hear love, it's when somebody's doing an act of service for me. And that's the way I demonstrate love. I like to do for people. So anyway, Alan made me a card. Happy birthday from Handyman Alonzo. He printed it himself. And inside it said, Handyman Alonzo, complimentary home improvements. This card entitles you to any or all, I'm taking all, of the following home improvements to be performed within the next 30 days. Number 1, new master bath fixture and accessibility improvements, so I don't kill myself getting in and out of the tub. But I told him in my last house prior to Alan, I love to take baths, but it's really practical to have a handheld shower head attachment so you can sit there and also wash your head in the tub. And I think that's what you're talking about, right?
It's up to you. Handyman Alonzo is just here to provide the labor.
Number 2, fix the loose baseboard trim in the kitchen, which falls off at any time it feels like popping off.
And I think it's been like that since 2018.
Yes. Number 3, help paint the upstairs bathroom. Number 4, the guest bathroom needs to be painted really bad. Number 4, clean and organize the cubbies, which are better than they were, but can still be improved.
Well, right now, I got about 28 motorcycle jackets.
Yeah, these were
there.
the children's cubbies,
Yeah.
and now they're Alan's cubbies.
All 4 of them.
And number 5, art, furniture, other decor, shopping trips with Handyman Alonzo.
So here's a tip for you guys. Here's a tip for you. Either gals or guys for your gal or guy partner. If you're ever in kind of a lurch on something to get your partner, think, what have they been bothering me about here at the house? Make a card and say, I'm going to do all these things.
But do I bother you?
Just
Be
for
honest.
you.
Be honest. Do I nag?
No.
I really don't. I bring it up randomly. Like, will you ever get around to getting that paint so I can paint the bathroom? Because he knows where the paints are hidden in the house. Anyway, I appreciate it very much, and I'm very excited. But you know what I'm also excited about?
What's
Best
that, babe?
fiends.
Oh, yes.
Y'all hang on. I'm going to tell you something. Inner peace is great and all, but you know what's better? Making it to level 1000 in Best Fiends. That's what true satisfaction feels like. But you know what's even better? Being on level 1032. That's where Kellie Raspberry Evans is right now. Yes, I love playing Best Fiends right now. It's really fun because we're in the season of Easter. They like to stick with the holiday theme sometimes. So my little Best Fiends, some of them have Easter bunny ears. I spend my Fiend of Fortune and, I win more tickets. I win more meteor mites. Those things help me as I battle the slugs. I have my cute little creatures who help me win the battles. My favorite right now is Napoleon, because every time I beat a level, he twirls his baton and kind of marches in place to celebrate. Super, super cute.
Is he a slug?
He's a bug. We're defeating the slugs. It's really fun. Once you download Best Fiends, you can play anywhere, even without an internet connection, which is great if you're stuck without Wi-Fi. Collect Tons of these fiends that get powered up as you play more levels. Every win brings new challenges, thousands of puzzles to play, and new in-game events are added all the time. So right now, in the season of Easter, I've got to complete the task to unlock rewards, to play new levels and unlock more rewards. It's never-ending fun. With thousands of levels, there's always more to play. So go ahead and let that peace come into your heart with Best Fiends.
So download Best Fiends free from the App Store or Google Play. Plus, earn even more with $5 worth of in-game rewards when you reach level 5.
How about that?
That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
There you go. Thank you, Best Fiends.
Get it,
All right.
babe. Kill them slugs.
Okay, so listen. Easter's coming up this Sunday, and I found a few things that maybe go, do you know why it's considered good luck to wear new clothes on Easter Sunday? I don't think this is tradition like it used to be when I was growing up, but it was a huge deal to go get your new Easter dress, your Easter suit, your Easter shoes. I would get coordinating nail polish every night before Easter. I would paint my nails, paint my toes. It was a huge deal to get a new Easter outfit. Did you do that too growing up, Alan, or is that a very Southern thing?
No, well, when I was really young, yeah.
But it had to be new.
Yeah, when I was really young, I believe my mother would dress me in really nice new stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we don't really do that so much anymore as we've gotten older, but I'll tell you what I just found out. It's considered good luck to wear new clothes on Easter Sunday. It's based on an idea as the centuries-old practice of Christians wearing new white clothes after baptism to symbolize spiritual rebirth. So, when they put on white robes to baptize you at some church, that's also a symbol of your spiritual rebirth. Well, Christians in medieval times began wearing new, clean clothes on Easter Sunday to symbolize the resurrection of Jesus and the new life for followers of the religion. In 300 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine even declared his court would be required to wear their nicest new clothing on Easter Sunday.
Constantine.
We're not sure why the superstition started, but from this early tradition came the belief that if you were in a position to buy new clothes on Easter, you would continue to be blessed with good fortune in the coming year. But on the flip side, those who could afford to buy new clothes but chose not to would experience a year of bad luck. Who knew? I did not know that.
I did not know that.
I just knew Easter Sunday, you got to get a new dress and new shoes.
Emperor
A
Constantine.
new purse, everything new.
We had a minivan named Constantine.
We did.
Cole had a tennis ball named Constantine.
That's why we named the van Constantine.
Yeah.
The most popular Easter candy, Instacart. There's a lot of people that do surveys, but Instacart based it on what people were putting in their carts and shopping for online. I think that's a pretty good way to tell. So they came out the list of the most popular Easter candy for this year. And in their survey, they also asked, do you intend to buy Easter candy? 77% of Americans do intend to buy Easter candy this week. 65% I'm sorry, my tongue is cut. I'm having trouble speaking.
You got fat tongue or?
Yeah.
What happened?
It keeps rubbing against my tooth, and that's why I sound like I'm slurring. But I have.
You sure it wasn't the 2 dirty martinis you had? No, wait a second. Hold on. Weird. Okay, I see. Okay. So
hurts.
weird to believe that you have
one martini is not like this. I cannot. When my tooth hits my tongue, it really hurts. So my tongue automatically retracts in pain, and it makes me slur some words.
So wait a second. I think we have another. You have a like a rough spot on your tongue?
Like a cut. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
All right.
Add it to the list, guys.
65% think Easter candy is the best candy of the year in terms of seasonal candy, All right, so number 10, we'll go 10 to 1. Number 10 on the list, Hershey's milk chocolate eggs. Those little tiny eggs with a little foil wrapper. That's number 10. Number 9, Peeps yellow marshmallow chicks. Listen, they said a third of Americans do not like Peeps, but we buy them because it's a tradition, and yellow is the most popular color.
Have you ever seen a Peep War?
No, what is that?
It is hilarious. I used to work with these people that would do Peep Wars every Easter. They'd you put 2 peeps in a microwave. You stick a toothpick into each peep, and then you put the peeps near each other like they're sword fighting, and then you hit the microwave, and then the peeps start to kind of they kind of deform, and they'll hit each other with the toothpicks, and whoever's peep either gets stuck or falls down first is the loser.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, and then your peep, you advance to the next round.
Maybe there's YouTube videos on it.
I'm sure
or
there
TikTokers.
are. I'm sure there are.
Number 8, Brock's jelly beans. We got a bunch of jelly beans from our very best customer,
From Amy Wilkerson.
Amy, yeah. Number 7, the Lindt milk chocolate bunny, the one in the gold foil. Apparently, that's the one everybody was buying on Instacart this year.
Yeah, I remember
And they
those.
said majority of Americans eat the ears first on a chocolate Easter bunny. Ears first.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'd agree with that.
Number 6, M&M's milk chocolate, just the milk chocolate M&M's. Number 5, Hershey's Kisses. You know, at Easter they put them in the pretty pastel wrappers.
Yeah.
Number 4, Cadbury chocolate mini eggs. These are very similar to the Hershey's milk chocolate eggs. They're just the Cadbury version. And I think they have a little different kind of crunchy center in the middle. I think that's what makes the Cadbury different. Number 3, Starburst Easter jelly beans. Number 2, Reese's peanut butter eggs.
Those are my favorite. Oh,
But number
those
one-
are so great.
Number 1 in the Instacart, Cadbury cream eggs.
Ew.
I allow myself 1 Cadbury cream egg a year because they are so sweet.
Ugh.
They lock your jaw. They're so sweet. But you bite off the top, you scoop out the middle, that creamy white and yellow center with your tongue, and then you eat the rest of the chocolate.
Or as Kelly said at dinner with her daughter sitting right next to her, that makes my coochie quiver.
Makes my coochie quiver. Because whenever something
We
happens,
were horrified.
she said, "Don't say coochie." I said, "But that's what happened."
We were horrified.
We're talking about something. Whenever you
I was
hear,
talking about piercings.
yeah. Whenever something is like gross, or something is like somebody talks about they get hurt or injured or something, don't you get a coochie quiver? I don't know why it is. I
Well,
was talking to my mother.
no.
I was talking to my mother about
Oh,
that.
come on.
It's like what happened.
No.
Yes, I don't know if it's not.
not.
I could talk unless you can keep yelling over me.
Well, you're going to tell me about Connie Raspberry and her.
I'm just saying, whenever you see something that gives you the willies,
yeah.
you get, as a woman, I thought maybe it was just me. My mom said, no, she gets that. It's a shiver that goes up your thighs into your coochie. It's like the willies. Am I alone in this, ladies? Did men not experience the coochie, the coochie quiver? I'm serious.
I was telling Kelly how you get a nose piercing, and then that's when she issued that.
Oh, my coochie quivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a very nice restaurant
Yeah.
in front of your daughter.
The only Emma Kelly's old enough to hear the word coochie. She'd rather me say that than call it its, medical term.
Vagina.
Oh my goodness. All right. Another thing that made me go, huh? Things that make you go, huh? All right. So after Choctaw, I asked everybody, if you took any pictures, please send me what you took, because I'm really bad about taking pictures, as Alan will attest. I'm just like, y'all tag me, copy me, send me them, because I just, if we're all standing in a group picture, I don't think all 10 of you need to each have an individual picture taken, right? One person take the picture and share it with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Right.
that's my philosophy. You're all taking pictures, just send them to me later.
Sure.
Well, Susan,
If somebody takes a good picture.
she put her phone in her room and she left it there all weekend. She said, I'm on a little mini vacation. I want to disconnect from the phone.
Susan Shocker?
Yeah, she said that's why I can't send you any pictures. And she said she was freer because of that. And she felt lighter, which reminded me of this story I saw, and I've been meaning to bring it up for a while. So a mom in Minnesota bribed her son to stay off of social media for 6 years. When he was 12 years old, mom said she'd pay her son $1,800, that's $300 a year, if he avoided social media until his 18th birthday. And he did it. So that's not really the phone, but it's, being on your phone. What are you doing on your phone? You're checking social media. So she even bragged about it on her Facebook and said it was the best money she ever spent. So the son, immediately when he turned 18, he got his $600 and signed up for Instagram. But he said he feels like an 80-year-old man because he has no idea what he's doing on there, because he doesn't know how it works. Isn't that interesting, though?
That's pretty interesting. He was able to hold out, and for $1,800.
Yeah.
Couldn't he have just worked a
I
job?
said $600 was $1,800.
Couldn't he just worked a job from 15 to 18 and then
But it was a challenge at 12.
made more and then still got on social media?
But the fact was, he didn't need to be on social media.
He could have made money with his social
He's
media.
mentally better off for it, Alan.
Oh, okay.
Do you not think that? He's not comparing himself to other people
Yeah,
and their false narratives
No,
on
I
social
know, I know.
media?
Social steals a lot of joy. Back to Susan. You know what? One of the reasons I love Susan Shocker so
No.
much? I've told you before.
Well, Because she laughs at everything
She laughs at everything I
when
say.
I just look at you sometimes?
Yes. She thinks I'm very funny.
Well, that's the difference. She's not married to you. When you're married to someone, and I witnessed this at Choctaw, everybody's laughing at the guy except his wife, and vice versa. You never laugh at me.
Yes, I most certainly do.
That's the truth. That is every married couple. If there's somebody in the couple that's funny, everybody laughs at him or her except for the spouse.
Oh, come on.
That is true.
I disagree.
It's true. Start paying attention. You'll notice it. You know something else that makes you go, huh?
What?
People suffer from increased flatulence in airplanes. And have you ever been in distress in an airplane? It's like you are in so much turmoil sitting in your seat. It's like, I got to get off this plane. But as soon as you get off the plane, you're like, I'm fine. Okay. So there's a scientific name for that. That extra gas is called, I'm guessing it's pronounced HAFE, H-A-F-E.
HAFE?
I guess that's how you pronounce it. Because with an E on the end, that would make it a long A, right?
HAFE. We've learned two new terms in this podcast.
It's either that or haffy.
Big Allen and HAFE.
It could be haffy. It stands for high altitude.
Change your voice.
No, high altitude flatus expulsion.
It's flatus.
So it'd be flatus. So it'd be altitude. So it'd be halfa. It'd be halfa. High altitude flatus expulsion. Halfa. Anyway, changes in cabin pressure can cause, listen, changes in the cabin pressure can cause air in your intestines to expand, leaving you bloated and gassy. And the worst part of that, if you can't hold it, which is just traumatic, but you figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
If you can't, about 50% of cabin air is recycled. So the stink just lasts forever.
It lingers.
Didn't that make you go, huh?
You know,
Did you know
I'm
that?
such a fool for you.
Right?
Yes.
That explains
That's great.
so much.
That might be the greatest tidbit news you've ever shared.
Thank you.
HAFE.
It's not tidbit news. It's things that make you go, huh? See? That's a new bit.
High altitude flatus expulsion.
Yeah.
HAFE.
That's your intestines expanding because of the cabin pressure.
You know what we used to call that in the day, though? We'd call that the holders. You get in a case of the holders.
Because you got to hold it till you land.
Well, you're holding it, and then it makes your
So
stomach blow
uncomfortable.
up. We call it the holders.
So
I
uncomfortable.
got a case of the holders.
Another thing that makes you go, huh? According to Cosmo magazine, women relax their standards about how tall they want their mate to be if the guy makes enough money. So what's enough? A 5'6" man would need to earn $175,000 or more per year than a 6-foot man to be seen as desirable.
Well, look at those idiots on Selling Sunset.
They're not idiots.
Well, not idiots, but they're about 5'1" apiece, and they're multimillionaires.
That's right.
But they gotta be.
A 5'6" man would have to make close to $200,000. The lady would rather go with a 6-foot guy to make him more desirable. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Here's another thing. TikTok user, she goes by JettyGirl28. She has worked as a divorce attorney for more than a decade, and she posted, over the course of my career, I've watched my most difficult cases, and shockingly, many of them involved men in these 5 professions. So, in no particular order, she said, the 5 worst professions you can marry, because in her experience, they end up in the nastiest divorces.
Podcast co-host.
You're going to be number 6.
Social media influencer.
Firemen, police officers, military men, surgeons, and pilots.
Those are the ones that get nasty?
5. They have the most difficult divorce cases that she's had to handle.
Well, why?
Well, I would think firemen, I think they're away for such long stretches.
I thought the correct nomenclature was fire person.
Whatever. They're talking about women marrying men in this instance.
Oh, okay.
So I guess because they're gone for long periods of time, maybe there's temptation when you're not with your spouse all the time, out of sight, out of mind, maybe. I don't know. Military men, they're often overseas. And, who knows what happens over there, whether their wives are at home. Vice versa, while the man's away, she could be playing. surgeons. We've often heard that about doctors and their God complex and, people that kiss up to that. And of course, pilots, again, the reputation where they're traveling all the time. They're in different cities. They could have someone in every city. I'm just guessing. I don't know. She just said that. She didn't go into great detail.
A POA in every city?
Or a love.
Okay.
A lover.
Okay.
And one more thing to make you go, Playboy model Carolina Lecker charges women $2,000 to approach their boyfriends or their husbands on social media to test how faithful they really are. For $2,000, Carolina will approach unsuspecting men on Instagram and other social media platforms and try to get them to meet with her. If they end up falling into her honey trap, Carolina will keep the money and expose the guy to their partner. If they refuse and they prove their faithfulness, she returns the $2,000 to the client.
All right. Any idiot that thinks somebody that looks like a Playboy model is halfway interested in meeting you, you need to have your head examined right there at its face.
You know how many men would fall for it? I bet a lot. A lot of men say, I've never cheated on my wife. But the thing is, how many options have you had? How many offers do you have? They always say you're only as faithful as your options.
Shouldn't that send up a red flag, though?
I would think so. But I think that's terrible. I think that's entrapment.
I get these all the time, but they're
bots, you think?
There's something, but I look at the profile and it's somebody that has like 6 pictures and they're all taken in the last week. It's a new Instagram account and they're all this, busty,
maybe it's Carolina Lecker.
Busty, maybe like 18 years old. And I'm like, why are you even, who are you? Why are you messaging me?
Carolina Lecker. And she owes me $2,000 because you didn't fall for it.
Yeah. And then I'll just launch into Mandalorian speak.
And they get frustrated and go away.
Yeah,
finally.
They get frustrated and go away.
It's amazing how long they hang in there with you, though.
Oh, gosh.
You should post. You do. You post some of your conversations sometimes. They're absurd.
Yes.
But anyway, you're fighting back in your own little way. You know what? I'm going to tell you something else you can do to make your life a little bit better right now. Is that piece of plastic in your wallet doing enough for you? With the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start building credit with everyday purchases and on-time payments. I was just talking to part-time Justin about that.
PTJ?
He finally got a credit card and it's like, my credit score's going up. And I said, that's how you do it. And with Chime Credit Builder, members can increase their credit history with no annual fees or interest. And having a good credit score can mean getting a better car loan rate, or renting apartments is easier, or you just have bragging rights around the dinner table because you have upped your credit score with the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card.
So continue your credit journey with Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/sandwich. That's chime.com/sandwich. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A., pursuant to a license from Visa USA. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some user scores may not improve.
Thank you, Chime. And thank you, Alan.
Ron Burgundy, have me there.
You getting settled?
I'm trying to. Having chair issues here.
Remember back in the day?
What is happening?
You told me to take over the show.
I have no idea what we're doing.
And you enjoy it.
Okay.
And you enjoy it and you participate.
Okay. Can I look over your shoulder?
Remember back in the day when you would walk into a restaurant and the first thing you were asked was smoking, non-smoking, or first available? They don't ask that anymore.
No, they don't.
There's, maybe there's little pockets of the country where you can still smoke in a restaurant, but they say if you were born after the year 2000, you'll probably never have heard that. You're like, they used to smoke in restaurants, just like they used to smoke on planes. Now, when we were at the casino, Choctaw, they still have a smoking section.
But we weren't in it.
We were not in that. We had to cross through the smoking section to get to the Loverboy concert.
Not many times.
But man, it was like a wall of clean air to like that. So that was pretty surprising, right? Well, there's a Reddit thread asking, what is a phrase or sentence from the 90s that would make no sense to the newer generation today?
Homie, don't play that.
Well, yeah, right. I was thinking about that, and then it kind of led me to other things that people have no idea what I'm talking about. So I went through some of the Reddit comments that they had, which is really kind of funny. And then I thought of some that I think are kind of interesting. So what's a phrase or sentence from the 90s that would make no sense to the newer generation? Number one, have you tried blowing in the Nintendo cartridge?
Oh, yeah. I did that a lot in
Yeah.
college. Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Well, no.
Number two, get off the phone. I need to use the internet.
Yeah.
Remember dial-up?
Dial-up.
Remember you have to sit there in front. Now this is going to make us sound old if there's any kids listening.
We do AARP spots, babe.
Yeah. So you just sit there and it'd be, remember it'd ring and dial up?
Yeah.
Crazy. Number three, be kind, rewind.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. That was the slogan
Putting
there.
those stickers on there, yeah.
Number four, pass me the phone book.
Yeah.
Do you remember at Thanksgiving when the little kids would sit at the table, they'd make them sit on top of the phone books? They'd stack the
Gosh,
phone books and the
yeah.
kids would sit on top of them.
You know, when I first started in corporate marketing, we were still doing yellow pages advertising.
Yeah.
And I worked with a guy for years who that was his business. And then he finally
Had to give it up.
had to give it up. Yeah. And it was sad
It is
because he
sad.
had done that his whole life was, help me with yellow pages. And then at the end, we just had to kind
They hung in there as long as they could.
of give him the guillotine.
Typing 5318008 into a calculator because you flip it over and it read boobies. Nobody does that anymore. We used to try to figure out what words we could spell and then flip the calculator over and read them. Did anybody check the answering machine?
Yeah.
Jerry Raspberry still has an answering machine.
Get
though.
out of here.
He does.
Does he has a home phone?
Yeah.
Why?
He gets faxes and stuff.
Faxes.
Mhm.
Okay.
He has to have a phone line.
Okay.
Just star 69 them and put them on three-way.
Wow.
Did you used to do that? Three-way calls?
No.
Kids today don't even understand.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a three-way.
Kids
but
today don't even understand long-distance phone calls. They don't charge you for long-distance phone calls anymore with your
No.
cell phones. Everything's a local call. That's not too long ago that changed.
Not too long ago. I remember my first couple of cell phone plans, you had like times during the day that, were cheaper than
Yeah.
other times. And then if you wanted an international plan, you had to
Right.
add that a la carte.
Right. And now when we go to Mexico, at first it was so expensive, I just wouldn't call home.
Right.
And then now it's just like,
Yeah.
it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Go look it up in the encyclopedia. Did you have a set of encyclopedias growing up?
My grandpa did.
We did.
Yeah. And every time I'd go to his house, I would pour over those things.
Interesting.
I loved them. Well, there's no internet. So what are you
Right.
going to do? I mean, that's how I learned stuff.
Yeah, it was very cool. But
Yeah.
nobody has encyclopedias anymore.
He had World Book.
Okay, these are some that encyclopedia is one that I thought of. Does anybody remember when you were a little kid and you would sit up late at night and it was time for the TV station to go off the air? So they would play the national anthem
Yeah.
and then play that doo, doo, doo,
Sure
and then it'd
do.
go to snow. Do you remember the national anthem?
Sure do.
At like midnight or 1 a.m. whenever the TV station would sign off?
Yeah.
Did you watch Big Blue Marble growing up and sign up to get a pen pal?
I did not do that.
Did you have a pen pal? Do they still do pen pals?
I don't think so, no.
There was a show called Big Blue Marble, and at the end you could apply to get a pen pal with some other kid in the country. And I got a girl from Trenton, New Jersey, and we were pen pals for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah.
What was her name? Can you remember?
I don't remember. Do you remember dialing 411 to ask the operator to look up a phone number for you?
Yes, I do remember that.
I remember one time being on the phone a little too long with Helen Metropolis. And while I was
Made up
talking to her,
name.
no, it was real. She was a great girl that went to my school. And suddenly the operator broke in and said, excuse me, we have another party trying to reach your house because there was no call waiting. And it was my mother Price. She just got tired of getting a busy signal every time she tried to call the house. Do you remember we were just talking about Big Al and I were just talking
My
about
man.
this, and my mother and I were just talking about this. Do you remember greenback stamps? S&H greenback stamps.
Yes.
where you would get a collection of them, you'd lick them and stick them in a book, and you'd take them down to the greenback stamp store, and you'd trade it in for a toaster, you trade it in for a doll, you trade it in for stuff. It counted as money.
This is the make us seem really old segment.
Right. This is what kids born after the year 2000, they'll never even know what we're talking about.
We used to take the Coke bottles back to the grocery
Get
store.
a nickel.
Yeah.
Get a nickel. And then this one. Attention Kmart shoppers. Today's blue light special is, and they have that blue light going. Do you know at one point there were over 2,000 Kmarts in the continental United States, and now there are 3. There were 4 until this week. They just closed one. And now the 3 are in Westwood, New Jersey, Bridgehampton on Long Island, New York, and one in Miami. And that's it. Kmart used to be the jam.
They did.
They had the Martha Stewart line in there. I remember Jacqueline Smith, who played, what was her character? Kellie Garrett on Charlie's Angels, had a line of clothing there. There's a bunch of neat stuff in there.
It was Walmart and Target before Walmart and Target.
That's what drove them out. They couldn't compete with Walmart.
Yeah, but then Walmart started selling stuff that wasn't quite as cheap at the same price, better stuff that was still priced along with Kmart.
I remember there was a Kmart hanging on in Myrtle Beach for the longest time too. When I go home to see my mom, I was like, man, I haven't been to a Kmart in years. And
are there still Sears around?
I think there's a couple of Sears outlets. I was reading in this article that, the people that I was just reading this article about why some of these big chain stores went away. And a lot of them said it was basically greed and ego driven. So I don't know. They would file for bankruptcy and restructure and do all this stuff, but I don't understand big business like that. But I don't know if there might be a Sears outlet store.
We used to go to Sears in Wichita Falls. That was our jam.
Sears was great.
Oh, they had everything.
Yeah.
Best tools. They sold Craftsman tools.
Well,
and,
the appliances. We got all of our
the
appliances from Sears.
I remember my mom and dad in electronics. They
I
sold
remember
electronics.
when I was a little girl, they had a candy counter, and it was like right in the middle of the store, and it was a big, like, this woman stood in the middle of it, and the candy counter wrapped all around her like a great big circle. And I remember that from going to Sears as a little girl. It was just a big, Sears used to be the jam. That's where they used to sell Garanimals.
Sears were usually 2 levels too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We had an escalator in our Sears.
Same.
But no more. Anyway, do you have anything that you remember growing up that we don't see anymore?
Gibsons.
What are guitars?
You remember no, well, good call, babe. No, not Gibson guitars. There was I guess it was like a Kmart called Gibson's.
No, I don't know that.
No, you don't know that one?
Was that national?
I think so, because I've mentioned it to other people, and they're like, yeah, we had a Gibson's. Kind of a store like Kmart. Piggly Wiggly, are they still around?
They're in the South, yeah.
They're still around?
Mm-hmm.
Safeway? Safeway now owns other brands, don't they? Like they're
IGA or something?
Yeah, they're like Market Street and Safeway, aren't they the same thing?
Oh, they all get absorbed by each other. It's hard to know anymore.
Yeah. But no, Sears, Dillard's is still around.
Yep, Dillard's, Macy's. They're all trying to hang on. JCPenney's, I know, went through some restructuring.
Oh, Penny's. Penny's used to be the stuff, man.
Right?
My mom would take me to the Base Exchange and Penny's. That's where I'd get my back to school clothes.
I used to, when I was in Florence growing up with Magnolia Mall, there was Belk department store and there was JCPenney's. And it was actually JCPenney, as I was corrected, because when I had to start doing commercials for them, it's JCPenney, not JCPenney's, but JCPenney. And when I went home to Florence this last trip, I walked through Magnolia Mall. My little heart broke because that's where I spent all my teenage years, was just, walking the mall, going to, the food court and everything there. We really didn't have a food court. We just had little places set up, but now they have like a miniature food court. But the JCPenney's is now just this great big arcade.
Wow.
In the middle of the mall.
Oh, I just thought of 3 that we used to go to all the time. And I don't know that, well, a couple of them are. Long John Silver still exists.
They do, but they're hard to find.
But they're hard to find.
They're very hard to find. I think I know where one is.
We used to go there all the time.
But it's far.
Get the little crumblies.
I know. That thick,
oh.
It's almost like tempura, right?
But,
that thick
but better.
crust. Oh, so good.
Church's Chicken.
There's still Churches.
There are?
Yeah, you just don't see them.
I never see them. And then Winchell's Donuts. We'd always go to Winchell's after church on Sunday.
I think I might be mistaken. I think Winchell's was like a New England kind of donut shop.
Oh, really?
And I think I might be wrong. And they tried to bring it down here. I'm not really sure.
I just knew back in the day when my parents said we were going to Winchell's, life was good.
Well, I remember when we went to go see my aunt and uncle that lived just outside of St. Louis in St. Charles, Missouri, and they took us to White Castle, and I'd never been to a White Castle, and I thought that was just amazing. Those little mini sliders.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing to them, but when I'd never seen them before, and I was like in the 7th grade, and you'd go and order like 20 of them because they were so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
But now I think they're, well, I don't know if they're down here, but you can get White Castle burgers in the freezer section at the grocery store now.
How about
I thought that was the coolest thing.
How about dropping your film off at Eckerd?
Right?
And then coming back 3 days later to pick up your pictures. Talk about
Nobody
a whooping.
does that anymore. Is there anywhere you can go to get your film developed now?
Oh, that was a whooping.
Wolf Camera
I
hung
bet
on
you
for a
camera
while.
shops
Is
do
Wolf
it.
Camera still even in business?
I don't know, babe. Photography is still a thing.
I
It's
know, but
just,
where
it's all digital.
It's all
now.
digital. So if
Yeah.
you do have a roll of film, where do you take it to develop it?
I don't think anyone uses film anymore. Even the highest end photographers, I think they've all moved to digital.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's cheaper. They could shoot all day. You know.
So do we sound old?
Oh,
Maybe
for
I'm
sure.
feeling
We
that way.
absolutely sound
Maybe
old.
I'm feeling a little old.
Yeah.
Celebrating a birthday makes you contemplate things.
Oh,
I tell you what, though, just because, we have a lot of modern things now and stuff, doesn't mean it's all better. Some of those those things were fun. I miss going to a Blockbuster on a Friday night on a date and just trying and going up and down the aisles with somebody, picking out the movie you want to watch, and then going and picking out what candy you wanted to eat because they had the movie candy there. They even had the bucket microwave popcorn. That was fun. That was a fun date night.
How happy were you when you used to go into a Blockbuster and there was a new release out?
Yes.
And you go over to the wall and they've got like 100 of them, right? And like they're all gone but one. Or they're all gone and you ask if anyone's turned one in and they said, well, you can look down where everybody leaves the movies. You go searching through there and you find one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
That was a great experience. And we don't have that anymore because now we sit there. This is what we do. We sit there in Netflix and we go scroll, scroll, scroll. There's nothing to watch. There'll be 10,000 options. And I'm like, there's nothing to watch on Netflix.
I don't want to hear that.
But I'm saying that's the way it is, though. There's just nothing you feel like watching.
Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, Paramount, Peacock.
We don't have Peacock anymore.
We shit can Peacock. Apple TV. What else? Did I say Amazon? Netflix?
Amazon Prime. I don't know.
We're missing one or two.
YouTube
TV. Sorry. I know we have 6 or 7 streamings.
Well, I think you can get rid of Disney Plus and Paramount now. I think we need to get Hulu.
I'm about to shit can Disney Plus.
I think we need to get Hulu.
But I have to watch Obi-Wan. And Mandalorian.
Kardashians start. By the time y'all hear this podcast, the Kardashians will be streaming on Hulu. And there's a couple other shows coming on there that look really good, but I can't remember them right now.
Mandalorian season 3 finished filming.
Oh.
Shooting. So I guess I'm stuck with Disney for a while.
You can do whatever you want, honey. You're a grown man.
Yep.
All right, real quick. From cringing at the pump to getting an eye-popping check at your favorite restaurant, inflation is hitting us all where it hurts, and it really hurts. That's why Alan and I started using Get Upside. Get Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, buys groceries, and dines out. Believe it or not, we do a lot of all three. And with every purchase, we're earning cash back thanks to Get Upside. It's such an easy app to use. It's, sometimes you think this sounds too good to be true, but it isn't too good to be true. It's really a no-brainer. And with all that extra cash, summer vacation's coming up. You can start saving for that, or you can use that extra cash to pay for more gas because you're going to need it. So to get started, download the free Get Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use our promo code LOVEIT and you'll get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Get Upside. Check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit or debit card, and you get paid. Get Upside isn't just for gas. You can earn up to 30% cash back at grocery stores, at restaurants, and on food delivery. And if you compare it to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Get Upside. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. And Get Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. That's probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store, Alan.
That's awesome. I'm using my cash to buy some gas.
That's right. Put it back in.
So download the free Get Upside app and use promo code LOVIN to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code LOVIN.
LOVIN.
We love Get Upside.
We do. We do love Upside.
What else are we talking about?
Well, we were talking about my birthday, and
Go,
we got to we've now got to talk about the bombshell.
What was the bombshell?
The bombshell from the last podcast that you dropped on my lap.
Well, people,
as we're signing off.
Here's the thing.
And I had no time to fuss at you about it and convince you that you didn't tell me you were getting that tattoo and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, one of our very, very best customers and friends, Wheezy Lyons, who also is a tattooed person, she reminded me that we have talked about this on the podcast before.
About getting it.
So this shouldn't have been some big surprise.
Y'all have to understand. Alan talks to me about getting a motorcycle, shows up with a motorcycle.
Slingshot?
That's not the same as saying,
Slingshot?
I'm going today and I'm going to go buy a motorcycle, Kelly. That is 2 different things. Talking about I'm going to get a back piece, I'm going to get a chest piece, eventually talking about it, to booking the appointment and saying, hey, I'm going to Marty at the chest. I didn't know. I was blindsided.
Listener, let me ask you a question. Whose memory do you believe and trust in more, mine or Kellie's?
You just flat out told everybody on the podcast that you had to carry me to the room Friday night, and that was not true.
It wasn't?
Sin busted you mid-podcast.
Do you think things I say on here sometimes are just for entertainment purposes only?
Why would making me look bad be entertainment purpose?
Being a fireman carried is something that you've done before.
But not this time.
Oh, yeah, you didn't do it this time. Okay, bombshell. I had on the calendar that I was going to see Joe at Heart and Hand, Arlington, to start on my chest. He was going to start a chest piece. So that was the bombshell. Why was that a big bombshell? You going to participate in this podcast, or are you going to read that fine print there?
Well, it was cut off.
Oh.
We need to do the call to action again.
I just read what you had in front of me.
I know. It cut off. It cut off.
Good, strong, dear listener. This is what's called a Mickey Mouse operation.
But you see how it cut off?
Mm-hmm.
We got to do that again. We got to do it again. We got to.
So do you want, in front of the listeners here, do you want to try to figure out how we screwed up on the ad, or do you want to keep going with our story? What do we want to do?
But I panicked. Finish the story and then we'll fix it.
You did.
Finish the story, then we'll fix it.
I don't even know where to begin.
We'll have to read the call to action again about the Get Upside app. Crap. I screwed that up, y'all. We'll do it again. We'll fix it in a minute.
Why don't we do this? At the end of the podcast, we'll just do the call to action, and Blake can put it in.
That's exactly what we're going to do at the end of the podcast.
Okay. So I had on the calendar for months that I was going to see Joe at Heart and Hand, Arlington. And that's what I did last night.
Yeah. And then you went. Your appointment was like 5 o'clock.
I don't see how this is controversial or even a subject.
I'm telling you, you didn't tell me you were doing this. So it was at 5 o'clock. He's getting a chest piece, but because you had never seen him before, we got to talk about what the bombshell was, honey. So you got the chest piece, but he made it too big for your chest and had to size it down, or not big enough for your chest?
Well, I sent him a picture of what I was thinking, and it was like an oval. And I told him at the time, I said, I really love this image, but I'm sure you're going to have to modify this so that it fits my chest, because you don't want like an oval on your chest. You want it to fit kind of it should look more like a V. That's why they put so many eagles on chests, because an eagle fits really good on your chest, right? And that's why so many dudes ladies too, gals put eagles on their chest. But anyway, yeah, so I get there, and he's finishing up on a guy, and he showed me the drawing, and I was like, wow, man, that is freaking amazing. And he held it up to me, and it was like way too wide because he had never met me before. And he had me stand there, and he traced on my chest so he could get the size of my chest. And he spent probably I'd say a good 2.5 hours just drawing. So he was fine.
So you just sat there the whole time?
Yeah, I just waited for him. And I just kind of waited, looked around, took some pictures.
2.5 hours?
He probably worked on it for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we started the session, which took, I guess, about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah,
I
was in bed when Alan got home.
Yeah, I was there a long time. But we got the outline finished, and I'm going to go back in May, middle of May, and he's going to start shading, and then we'll finish it up in the middle of June.
So once you have this chest piece,
Yes.
you have a hairy chest.
Not like Burt
Did
Reynolds.
I make you laugh and almost spit your Diet Pepsi through your nose?
I have a hairy chest.
You have a hairy chest.
I'm a hairy man.
So you're going to have a tattoo with hair all over it. Or are you going to have to shave your chest every day to see the tattoo?
No. You have to shave your chest every day. Every once in a while, you got to cut back, but yeah, it's like my arms. I mean, I got hairy arms too, but you can see my tattoos.
You have more chest hair than that.
I got a pretty bushy chest.
Yeah.
And it's white.
Yeah. So how's that going to affect your
And
tat?
we talk about the good old days on the podcast and do AARP spots too. And then forget half our call to action.
It was cut off.
Yeah.
You saw it. It was cut off.
Right. Yeah, so that's it, babe. I don't see the big deal or the controversy.
Tell everybody what your tattoo is.
I thought we did.
No.
No. It's hard to explain. It's an Ed Hardy design. It's based off an Ed Hardy design. There's a big horseshoe in the middle, and there's a horse jumping through the horseshoe, and there's a skeleton riding the horse.
Y'all got a visual of this
With a cowboy hat. And there's flames and stuff coming out of the horseshoe. And then on either side, there's going to be black roses and a skull and more flames. And
it's very angry tattoo.
it is bad freaking ass. And then the banner says, "Go fast, don't die," which is becoming my personal mantra. Go fast, meaning like live life, don't look back. Don't.
Not on your motorcycle.
Well, you want to go fast and don't die on your motorcycle too,
Yeah.
for sure. And then the don't die is like, every day there's something that kind of takes away a little bit of your joy. People have things in their life that like makes them die a little bit inside.
Tell me about it.
Right. So you want it clap. So you want to avoid those things. Are you trying to avoid me? Are you really trying to avoid me?
I'm here.
Oh. Well, that doesn't mean you're trying to avoid me.
Exactly. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what he's getting. So right now he's got the stencil inked into him.
So this is,
This is going to be a 3-month process.
I know,
before
listener.
the big reveal. You didn't post? Did you post this on your social
I
media?
put it on my stories.
Okay.
All right. So if
So if y'all want to see it, you better hurry.
yeah, you can check it out on my stories, or I'll post it again. But yeah, it is big. It goes from shoulder to shoulder, goes down past my sternum, and I'm telling you.
But it
babe,
doesn't. Everybody was asking me at work, are you going around your nipples? And I looked and I said, actually, it stops above your nipples.
The guy who tattooed me, Joe, he is very, very good. He is a great artist, and he actually worked with my other artist, Carl, for a number of years, and he and Carl are tight. And Joe knows American traditional and Japanese tattooing. So we were talking about that. He was like, the way I designed this, he said, I think that this is a masculine look for you. It accentuates your chest. It's a V. He said, a lot of Japanese stuff, you'll go around the nipples, almost the entire pec is covered. He said, that's a traditional Japanese look. But he said, sometimes that can make you look like you're wearing a bra, because your entire pec is covered. So we stopped like above the nips, but then it dips down in between my pecs.
I think it looks better that way.
Yeah, down past my sternum. So it's big, but it doesn't go past my nipples.
Well, you inspired JC. Now he wants a chest piece.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is he going to do it?
I don't know. He's covered in arm tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't have the filled in sleeves. He just has like spaced out tattoos and things.
Well, time and money, that's all it takes.
Just found out from my, we were talking about dinner conversation with my 15-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She said the day she turns 18, she's going down to get her belly button pierced because this is something she's wanted since she was 7 years old.
Mm.
Am I lying, Alan?
That's what she said, yeah.
This is something she's wanted since she was 7. And did she ask me for a belly button ring when she was 7? Yes, she did.
Mm.
I thought she'd forgotten about that.
Mm.
No way in heck I was going to let her get one. But she said the day she turns 18, she's going to get a belly button ring. And she also wants to get a couple tattoos. She hasn't decided yet. See, her older sister, Cameron, did the same thing on her 18th birthday. Marched straight down to the tattoo parlor. And she got like the state of Texas behind her ear and like a cross somewhere, little tattoos dotted here and there.
Yeah.
She's thinking about doing something on her wrist.
Well, just for the record, when y'all were talking about this on the nationally syndicated Kidcratic Morning Show about me going, and then I don't know if Emma Kelly knew what I did, but I was taking her to school, and I looked over at her and I said, "Now you're not going to go get any tattoos, right?"
And she said,
She didn't say anything. She just
that's right. She's 15.
She just kind of smiled.
Yeah. 18.
I said, I told her, I said, "Don't do it. They hurt."
Well, you waited until you were almost 50 before you got your first one. So,
Which I'm glad I did.
yeah.
Because when you're younger, also.
You might have gotten a dolphin jumping out of the ocean and you'd be like, why did I get that?
I could have got anything. Who knows what I would have got.
Well, it's different when you just walk in off the street and pick something off the wall.
And that's okay. That's how some people do it.
But it's different if you have a tattoo that really means something to you, I think. So when you look at it, you remember, oh, this signifies that or this or whatever.
What I was telling
my opinion.
I was telling Kelly too, some tattoo, I don't know if you call them snobs, but some people get offended when you ask them, like, what does your tattoo mean? It's like, dude, it doesn't mean anything. I just think it's badass. And that's fine too.
Why would you be offended?
Well, some people are like, well, does it have to mean something? I got it because I just wanted to get it. Does it have to have a story? It doesn't. All my big ones do, but some of my small ones, there's no story. I just got it because it's cool. Like the Texas with 13
You mean the smoking skull and the magician's hat doesn't have a meaning?
Well, that's because I like magic. So that does have a little bit of a meaning. Yeah, but like the small ones, babe. Like that.
Stars?
Yeah, or the stars.
Well, that's just filler.
Yeah, they don't really mean much. But all the big ones do. For sure.
All right. Well, next time you're around Alan, don't ask him what his tattoos mean.
I didn't say...
That might be offensive.
No, I'm fine with it. If people ask, I tell them. But I don't get offended if, like some people do. Like, well, they don't mean anything.
Well, sometimes people are just trying to start a conversation, and everybody's just so busy getting offended.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the podcast that we recorded on my birthday.
Wow. Okay.
Now, we want to remind you guys of a few things. Here's the housekeeping. Podcast family get-together. Has it been written in ink, in magic marker, Sharpie, whatever?
So it is written, so it is done. Oh, yay, oh, yay. The A-Train now declares June the 4th as a Sandwich and Some Lovin' Listener Appreciation Day.
The third semi-annual, or third random, whatever you want to call it.
At Oaked Barbecue in Dallas, Texas. It'll be an evening get-together.
Don't have a time set yet?
Don't have a time set yet, but, it's in June, so we've got plenty of time to figure this out.
Can we try to get the time set by the next podcast?
Okay. Yeah, we
need to give people specifics. They got to make plans.
Sure.
So at least block off the evening of Saturday, June the 4th for that.
Drunk Alan may make an appearance.
He may not.
I may run around shirtless.
Show off your new tattoo. It'll be almost finished by then.
Might bring a motorbike. No, I can't bring a motorbike because I'm going to get rip-roaring drunk.
Yeah, unless you want to leave it there all night.
Yeah, right.
And also don't forget, as Sin Galvin reminds me to remind you to like, rate, and subscribe to A Sandwich and Some Love in the Podcast. If you're just finding it for the first time, thank you for being here. If you liked it, please subscribe and keep up and rate and give us comments. Maybe we'll read some of those someday. And also remember to follow us on social media at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm at Kelly Raspberry on Facebook, at Kelly Raspberry on Instagram.
I'm at the Alonzo 1971 on Instagram, Alan Evans on Facebook.
Make sure it's the right one. There's quite a few Alan Evans out there.
Unbelievable. And then we have a sandwich. Did you say we have a Sandwich and Some Love on Instagram? Sandwich and Some Love on Facebook.
I did say all that, honey.
We don't have we have a Sandwich and Some Love on Twitter.
I don't use it.
But
I don't do it.
We don't do it.
No. I kind of said I'll do it, but I don't do it. I don't do my own Twitter. I just follow other stuff on Twitter, Anyway.
I don't like Twitter.
It's that's how I get a lot of my news though.
It's like a place for everyone to just fight.
Yeah.
Without fighting.
Right. But that's how I know what's going on too.
Right.
Depending on who you follow. Anyway, that's it, babe.
All right, babe. Well, this was fun. Even though we had a colossal meltdown doing that last spot, I guess we'll fix that.
Fix it in post.
All right, babe. Well, love you desperately.
You'll never know. It's going to be like magic.
Oh, it'll be like Blake will work her magic.
You'll never know.
How many times has Al had to do that, though? Let's be real.
Well, screw something and fix it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just cut off. It was like it just stopped, and I was like, that can't be right.
Was it user error? I'm still
I
trying to
don't know.
understand what
I
happened.
downloaded it, and then when I blew it up,
Yeah.
why are we talking about this now? It's going to be all edited out. Stop it.
All right. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love Blake desperately for having to fix this buffoonery. And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.